Hello, Aquariuses. This is Tarot Queen Jamila here to do your Archangel Michael tarot reading. It's actually an intuitive empathic reading because I noticed that Archangel Michael really makes you tap into your empathic skills. So let's just put it like that. Anyway, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you need a private reading, the link to my website is below. I am currently running a special. $25 for 30 minutes and then $50 for 1 hour. Okay. And my consultations are also on sale as well. Okay. I do cleanses. I do love reunions. I do some breakup work and money spells and stuff like that. Okay. So you can go to the website and look at that. And also I offer healing. So first of all, we're going to invoke Archangel Michael's protection. We ask that you come down and you protect us with your blue light of protection for this reading, and then also provide us guidance. And then also I'm going to ask spirit guides to come and assist with the Aquariuses as well for this reading. First of all, what spiritual truth does Aquariuses need to be aware of in December 2017? Okay, where does Aquarius need to act with courage? Where does Aquarius need to act with integrity? Aquarius's greatest vice. Enemy action taken against you this month. And what is Aquarius's greatest strength? All right, for December 2017. All right, so I have your answer. So, first of all, what spiritual truth does Aquarius need to be aware of this month? And I'm seeing the High Priestess. She represents false beliefs, false belief systems, something, it may be false friendships. Whenever she shows up, she's actually revealing something that your intuition is probably telling you, but you possibly need more proof. What spirit guides, what do you want? Also, I feel like High Priestess shows up for you to start to pay more attention to your spiritual gifts, possibly. Spirit, give me some clarity on what High Priestess wants to say. Okay, the Eight of Pentacles. Something about false friendships, possibly at the job. False belief systems set up around your feelings of self. Could be going back to the age of 8 years old, or either 8 years ago. Something to do with starting over, with learning new things. Okay, I feel like it has something to do with that. And especially being next to the Lovers, that shows up where you need to act with courage. See, Aquarius, I feel like there is a lot of changes that the spirits have brought forth in your life, but you are afraid to step over. You're afraid of the crossroads that you're at because it's different, because it denotes change. I feel like you're afraid of change. Okay, the Lovers comes up. This may have something to do with your love relationship. Okay, give me clarity on the Lovers. So something that makes you fearful talks about relationships. Maybe you fear being alone. Maybe you fear starting over. Spirits, give me some clarity on the Lovers for the Aquariuses. Okay, yep, the Magician. You also fear losing control. I don't feel like you feel you want to necessarily gain control. I feel like you fear losing control of your situation. Okay, you're not really responding well to change or at least growth. And then also the Magician could represent that you could be getting manipulated. It's a possibility, but I feel like it's the first thing that I said. Now, something that you need to act with integrity. Again, you got the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man is where I feel as though it's, you know what, to be honest with you, the Hanging Man is another one of the legal cards. I feel as though a lot of you Aquariuses may have some legal issues this month. Or some of you just trying to step forward and move forward, okay? So some of you may have the Hanging Man may be where somebody's making accusations at you. You may be having accusations being thrown at you, okay? Maybe not legal issues, but just being accused of something. And Spirits is saying that you need to act with integrity or else you can make the situation worse. Also, I feel as though, again, this is the cross. Both of these cards are where you're at a crossroads and it's time for you to step outside of yourself. And I feel as though your own growth, like this is coming from your own spirits. It's not coming from anybody else. This is based upon your growth as far as what it is. Let me get some clarity. Spirit, give me some clarity on the Hanged Man. The Four of Swords. You're having some separation anxiety. I feel as though it has to do with, I feel as though if it's for some of you, it has to do with your relationship. For some of you, it has to do with your job or maybe even retirement. Could be retirement or either going to do something different. Maybe your position is being phased out. You're having some anxiety about it. Also, I feel as though the Four of Swords represents somebody that you have been apart from or some kind of isolation. Some kind of isolation, okay, is what I'll say. Now, your greatest vice is the Five of Swords. So whether or not it's just for this month or for whenever, you have a tendency to get involved with these maybe petty arguments or either inner conflict. Feel as though you have a lot of inner conflicts, okay? Also, what comes to mind is when you ponder and ponder and ponder over a decision and you never actually make that decision because you're obsessing over it a lot, okay? So I did sense a little bit of obsessiveness when I first, so right off the bat, it was that you're worried about things that, and you're making them manifest by worrying about them also. So that's another tidbit. Spirits, give me some clarity on this Five of Swords for the Aquariuses. The Fool. And it's because just sensing the energy around your crown chakra and your third eye, because the swords represents your brain, your thought process. And so that points to your crown and your third eye chakra. Okay, so you are having some issues with trusting the decisions that you make. You're having some issues trusting within God and just going for it. Okay, you're afraid to step forward. You are, and it's because you're arguing with yourself. You know what you need to do, but you're afraid to go out and set out and do it because you don't have enough faith in yourself or either faith in the universe. So that's something spirits want you to do. No matter what your adventure is, you just trust in God. And I've been telling this story for the longest. When I first moved to Georgia, I knew I wanted to come here. I knew there were several reasons why I wanted to come here. And just because things didn't go according to plan didn't mean that it was going to discourage me. You just have to trust in the universe. If you're doing something or at a place where you want to be, then you don't have to worry about anything else. You don't have to worry about all of the minor details that didn't work out. Things will come as they. So, just to let you know, I mean, literally, I think that there's always going to be the good and the bad. But at the end of the day, if you just trust that you're going to get to a certain place and you trust in God, then you'll be okay because, and that's for me. God didn't bring me here for no reason. So what your enemy is going to be, action that's going to be taken against you is the Ace of Wands. So I feel as though this month, You know, a lot of you Aquariuses are going to be trying to, you know, step outside of the box, the Ace of Wands, and this could be your family. This could be your friends. You're trying to do something very creative, or like a creative ideal is being born. And I feel as though your enemies, which are possibly your friends, to be honest with you, they're going to discourage you. They're going to tell you that you're not strong enough. They're going to tell you, well, why are you trying to do that? And you may or may not have a choice in the matter. Okay, especially when the Magician and the High Priestess and the Lovers and the Hanging Man comes into a reading, that points to destiny. You got a lot of major arcanas that showed up in your reading. So I feel as though this is either a new idea or something that you're going to step out on your own power, and people are going to be like, I don't like it. You know, people are going to discourage you. So I feel as though that's what's going to happen. And nobody can do this except for your close friends or somebody close to you. So it may not mean that it's all of them. I'm not saying that you want to distrust everybody. I do feel as though you have some people. Also, the Fool being next to the Five of Swords shows me that you do have trust issues within your inner circle. There's a chink in the chain, as Jack Burns would say. There's somebody that you have amongst you that you really can't trust. Feel as though they're going to possibly try to take your power, steal your power, discourage you. Spirits, give me some more clarity and or advice. I'll throw one or two cards for this Ace of Wands because it looks like a bright idea is going to come up. King of Swords is definitely an air sign. King of Swords is telling you to have clarity. King of Swords is telling you to be smart. Let's throw the next card, the Eight of Wands. I feel as though this person is going to place a tremendous amount of pressure on you all of a sudden over something that really isn't important. It's not important. It's what you have to do. Is what you're going to set out to do. You see how it's always with the Ace of Wands. It's always some kind of bright idea over the horizon or some kind of light at the end of the tunnel whenever I see the illustration for it. And, you know, it looks like you're setting out to do something. But there is this conflict, no matter what zodiac sign they are. They could be a fire sign. Placing a lot of emphasis on, you know, just making you feel like just literally the Eight of Wands. I'll tell you that things are going to move quickly for you, and you'll want to make sure that you don't make hasty decisions because those could come and bite you in the butt. So the Eight of Wands is actually a very positive card, but this is a part of what your enemies are going to do, action that they're going to take against you. So this is actually a lot of pressure. The Eight of Wands is a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure. In fact, I'm going to ask for some advice for the Eight of Wands. What advice do you have? Well, first of all, is don't make hasty decisions, but I feel as though you're being pressured and then also possibly puppeteered with that Magician showing up. Okay, you got the King of Cups. So I feel as though it's all going to be a ploy to mess with your emotions, to throw you off balance. And that's what they're going to do. That's their strategy. Okay, now you may or may not be able to avoid that. It may be a lesson that you're meant to learn, but looking at your strengths, your greatest strengths for the month, you got the Three of Wands. So the Three of Wands is saying to me, you have the power to change, like using alchemy, taking that energy that they send you and using it for a better purpose and not allowing it to attach to your emotions. Okay. Yeah, King of Cups is saying to remain emotionally strong, emotionally strengthened. Okay, and it may even be an attack on your heart chakra as well, because I'm seeing a lot of these cards show up, especially the Four of Swords. Anyway, Three of Wands. Feel like for this to show up as your greatest strength, it's representing it represents the triple God aspect. So this is alchemy, this is growth. I feel as though, you know, the things that are happening to you are going to create growth this month for you. Okay. And then also Three of Wands represents a manifestation of power. It represents multiplication. It represents growth. So feel like you can use all of these lessons to create growth in your life. Okay. Thank you so much for watching, Aquarius. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. Again, make sure that you hit the subscribe button. If you need a private reading, the link to my website is below, and I do also provide spiritual services and spell work and energy work for people. All right. Happy holidays. Namaste.